What's up with the Tree City Sports? I'm Coach Rob in studio today with my guest, Coach Marcus. The question of the day is it wrong to make your kids play sports? Coach Marcus, chime in a little bit about that topic.
Um, you know, I don't believe that it's wrong to make your kids play sports. You know, they got to be active in some type of way rather than just sitting in the house playing on PlayStation 3s and PlayStation 4s and all the other good stuff. So I think to keep your kids active and doing something because, childhood obesity is real.
It
So
is real.
I believe that making kids play sports should be mandatory. I do
Okay.
believe that.
So we was talking off air right before we started, and then you said one of your boys came to you and was like, Dad, I don't want to play football no more. I just want to play basketball. So was that a stinger to you, or how'd you take that?
It was a big stinger. You know what I mean? Because the first thing I put him in was football.
Right.
This is what I thought he would be great in is football, and he fell in love with basketball. The last couple of years, but it's disappointing to me because I want him to play both sports. I want him to have that avenue to be able to play both sports and get in college doing one. You know what I mean? Don't limit yourself.
Right. I mean, it was a big stinger to us, too. You know what I mean? Me having two collegiate athletes. And then, my last one, my oldest one stopped playing, and then my youngest, she just stopped playing, and I was like, ooh, but you're so good.
Right.
You're really good at it.
Right.
But, she's a young adult, and, I trust that she makes decisions for herself, for herself.
Right.
You
right.
know?
Correct.
So,
correct.
but it was a stinger. It did save me some money, by the way. I can't lie about that. It did save me some money,
Yeah.
but the money didn't matter. I wanted to continue to watch you play, even if
Right.
it was just through high school. Just finish your high school career. You understand, and just play, even if you didn't go on to college.
I'm gonna go on a whole nother level too, man. With kids playing youth sports, us being the age that we are, it kind of keep us young.
Oh, yeah.
It keep us young because I see a lot of people who kids don't play sports and I'm a young 39, but I be seeing
Young 39.
I be seeing a lot of old 39s out there just because their kids aren't active and they're not doing this. So being a young 39 is good because my kids keep me active. I gotta go out there, and I'm involved. So hey, if it's gonna keep me young, please do it.
Man, my thing is, it's just a tough decision all the way around.
It is.
You know what I mean? It's just a real tough decision after being in sports, like my family has for so long. Even me playing, and now this one don't want to play. Like, oh, what do I do now? Like, who do I get to go watch? But I still got friends, kids like your boys and whatnot, and other friends that still playing. I can go out and watch them. But then there was another reason why, me and my guys started Tree City Sports.
Okay.
It's because now, okay, I'm not coaching anymore. My last one stopped playing. What do I do after countless years of being in youth to high school sports? What can I do to stay around the youth sports aspect? High school is one deal.
Right.
You're almost over in high
Right,
school.
right.
But in youth sports, what could I do to stay in youth sports? And hence, Tree City Sports was born.
Correct. Because I got 2 high school kids, and then I got 4 that's actually going to be playing in the youth football league. So, this Tree City Sports is exactly what we need. You know what I mean? Giving exposure to these kids in Sacramento and
Surrounding areas.
Right, surrounding areas. You know what I mean? And just because hey, I don't know if you hear about the little under the radar, but they got that little under the radar, but that's more or less for out there, and this is big for Sacramento right now. You know what I mean? So I'm going to continue to make my kids play sports just so Tree City Sports can survive and be out there.
I can appreciate that. But at the same time, Dad, I don't want to play no more.
Hey,
what's your decision?
My decision is when you start paying bills, then you have a decision of what you want to do. And high school, I'll give it to you. You know what I mean? If you just decide that you don't want to play a certain sport, but you have to play a sport. If you decide you don't want to play a certain sport, I probably can live with that. But at the same time, like me and you was talking, I believe in having as many opportunities as possible. So
Right.
don't give up one sport just because you're in love with this one. Play both.
Right.
Because who knows what you might get looked at in by a college.
Yeah, as far as college
Right.
recruiters go or college coaches, they love multi-sport athletes.
Right.
You know, like we were speaking before, you know, different sports work different muscles.
Correct.
Like, for instance, like when we were younger, we swam.
Mhm.
Y'all don't knock on that, though, because we'd probably jump in the pool right now and beat some of your best athletes.
You're
Right? But
For
the
real.
thing is, it's just like, you know, like you were saying, swimming works like every muscle in the body. Right? And then, you know, it equates to playing basketball or football because you're working muscles that you didn't even know you had, which is
correct.
making you a lot stronger. You know,
It's making you better.
making you
It's
better.
making because you like you said, you didn't know you had them muscles, and now they're working.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're like oh whoa, wait a minute, I didn't know I didn't know that. You know what I mean? And like you said, we both swim when we was younger.
Right.
You know, we set records and all that. Y'all can check for the city of Sacramento when we was younger too.
Right.
But you know, it's big. You know, but you know, like we were saying, you know, I want my kids to play sports. It's just another avenue into getting in college for us young African Americans because it's hard. You know what I mean? So that's just a whole nother avenue to where we can get into college. Yeah, be academically correct. You have to be academically correct.
Oh, you have to.
There's no dummies in the NBA and there's no dummies in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
There's people that's in the NBA and the NFL that do dumb things.
Yeah, that's true.
Right.
Hey, well, they never had nothing.
Right.
But
So-
you know, I was talking to one coach. Let's say Coach Smalls from Sheldon. Big ups, the president from Sheldon Junior Huskies.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I was talking to him one time. I actually think I did an interview at that crab feed last year with Coach Smalls, and he was telling me. He says, "I will never pull a kid out of my program for grades." That was really big with him because he was like, I don't know the home situation.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
And football might be the only thing that kid has.
Right.
You know?
Right. But now.
But sometimes these parents, even though these kids don't have the best grades, they still push them to play, even though grades don't matter at a youth sports level. But once you get into high school, they matter. You know, you
Right,
have to
right.
have decent grades to actually even play a sport in high school.
Well, me as a parent right now, I really make sure that my kids, you guys have to have a certain GPA even to play the youth sport.
Right.
That way you get used to it. You're already accustomed to it. No, hey, this is what I have to do.
Mm-hmm.
This is what it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, a lot of these kids don't even
Hey,
understand.
it's not gonna
When you
be
get
easy.
to college, it's a job.
Right.
You know, you got,
Right.
I see my son explaining to me, well, they had a football meeting. Then they broke it down, had a defense meeting. Then they broke that down, had a positional meeting, right? Then on top of that, he got to go back home, study,
Study.
then get up, you know, get his meal in, get his shower in, then get up and go to class, and then the next day you're doing it all over. But, you know, those was the meetings. And then they got different workouts.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you kids, you got to understand this is a job.
It is.
So if you don't want to play sports anymore, you need to make up your mind pretty fast. You know what I mean? Because if you want to go to college, you have to have that mindset. This is what I'm going to do. But the same thing is like some of these parents need to push them. You know,
Right,
but
right.
at the same time, if they don't want to play no more, you know, that's a good chance of say you got these dads or moms. Let me not just put in the
Right.
moms
Right.
pushing these kids to play. They don't really want to play, and then that's when the injuries start because their all is not in the game.
Right. And like we was talking, you have to be into the game. 100% into it. If you're not putting your heart into the game, then you shouldn't be playing the game.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But hey, man.
I know one of the big things from my family was, okay, if you start a sport, if you get out there the first day in practice, you own that team.
Right, correct.
Or say you made that team and you out there for that first team practice, well, if you don't want to play no more, there is no quitting.
Correct.
You're going to sit that bench until that season is over.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because you committed to the team, and that's your word. So you're going to be accountable, and you're going to stay there. Even if you just a practice player or a scout player or what have you, you're going to sit there and actually you're going to get down, and you're going to stay there for the duration of the season.
If you're NPR players, what they like to call them. But I don't have NPR players for the record, so everybody that's on Facebook that's going to see this, man. I got first string, second string, man. No NPRs, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man. You can't start something, you know what I mean, and then just want to quit. If you're teaching your child that we can start playing this and then you can quit, what are you teaching your child in the long run? You're
making it easier.
You're saying it's easy to quit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But
and then it gets easier from there.
Right.
Easier,
and
then easier. Then easier. Nah, right. I'm not gonna let you do that to yourself.
And that's,
you know what I mean?
That's just piggybacking on what you said. Hey, from day one you in there. You in there. And I'm gonna tell you why you in there, because I done paid $250 to $300 for you, so you're in there.
Right, and
you're in there.
No refund.
No refund.
No refund. At least it ain't gonna be all of it. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Man, look, you gotta play.
So how has your boys playing youth sports helped you guys as a family, that nucleus coming together?
The first year, we go way back, man. You know what I mean? Me and your son played, man, when they was 5 and 6 years old together. So the first year it was scary for my wife, but she came along, and it actually, it built a bond. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? A real strong bond between me and my wife, because now she's a sports mom. You know what I mean? She's not somebody that's just on the outside looking. She loves the game, and for me that brought us together as a couple. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And as a family, because now we all cheer each other on. Mm-hmm. When we're at the game, we're all sitting down. Hey, let's go! Woo, woo, woo. If one person playing, hey, yeah, we're cheering them on. The next play, we're all cheering them on. So it brought a family together because of youth sports. You know what I mean? So y'all out there talking about banning this youth football, man? Stop that, man.
Oh boy, that's a whole other show right there.
Y'all stop that.
AB 2108. Vote no.
Vote no.
They're hiding it under some Elderly Care Facility Act. That's what they got the youth sports ban under. You have to read that vote or that law for that.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to ban it in California.
They're trying to do it, man. We got to stop that.
I know a couple of other states had blocked it.
Illinois had let it go through, but then Illinois came back, and then they was like, okay, we're gonna go ahead and let them play. So that was a good thing, man, because youth sports is big, bro. It's big, man. This is where
$5 billion industry,
man. And this is where you teach kids how to really get along. School's great. You know what I mean? But after school, what are they going to do? Are they going to go home and play on them PS4s and PS3s? No, you're going to go over here and sit with your team, and y'all going to become one, a family, united, UNITY. And that's what I said with, going back to the question of what you asked me, what did sports do? It brought us together. It brings the family together. Mm-hmm. It brings the community together because it takes a village.
Yeah.
It takes a village to raise a child. So youth sport brings us all together.
Yeah, I tell you one thing, back when my son first started, we was having like 15 players at the house staying the night on Friday night. We're buying pizza, drinks, and everything else, and then getting them up, getting them showered at 5:30 in the morning because we got to drive down to the Bay Area and play. You know what I mean? But for me and my family, that was big for us. You know what I mean? It just, we a community. We're here to help out the kids of the area. You know, so and then our son was on the team, so you know that was just one of the things we felt we had to do as parents. You
Correct.
know, other parents, you know, they had to work or you know they had other prior commitments, so you know we were free. So we felt that you know that was just one of the things that we was just obligated to do. Like, come on, this is what we're doing. We in it. I'm coaching. She was helping out,
Right.
team mom, and this is what we do.
Right.
You
'Cause
know,
to this day, man, if you don't know, man, you come by my house, man, and I'm the same way right now.
right?
Got 13, 14 kids sitting up at my house ready to go, man. But
Yeah, I see you on Facebook.
hey,
You know, he busting out the ladder. He got
yeah,
all the neighborhood kids out there, the ladders, the
yeah,
hurdles, the parachute. You know,
everything.
getting these kids ready. You know what I mean? And then it's just that bond because you
Right.
know you being a man, and then you know some of these kids might not have you know that male figure at home. So
Hmm.
you know coaches are big. You know what I
Yes,
mean?
they are.
Big in the kids, a young man or a young
We're not,
woman's life.
we're not just coaches, we mentors too.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Because they look at what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And there's a lot of them, like you said, they don't have them father figures. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? And they look up to that coach to be that father figure. You know
Right.
what I mean? And so, they're like, hey, well, he doing this, he taking it in for me, and he doing this. Then that makes us stronger as black men too. And then they see that, like, man, this guy took me in, and he was just my coach. You know what I mean?
Right.
So they love that. And to see that glare in a kid's eye, bro, is just priceless. You know what I
Right.
mean? It's priceless for them to just look you in your eye and be like, man, hey, I love you. Because not too many parents tell their kids they love them the way they're supposed to.
No, they
You know
don't.
what I mean?
They
We
show
gonna
it
keep
by
real. Yeah.
by trinkets and
Right,
games and
right,
toys.
right,
Oh
mom, and
my!
all this, right, for real.
You know,
You know what I mean?
it,
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 ain't
it's just
nothing like telling your kids you love them, man, for real, man. I'm going to keep it real.
right. I mean, this is just a little bit of advice for parents that's coming up and say your kids are playing sports and your family's all into it, and then they come to you like, "Hey, mom, hey, dad, I don't want to play anymore."
Mm,
You know, how you gonna take that? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's tough, especially if you're
right.
really into it. You like the camaraderie of like the other parents because you're meeting all kinds of walks of life,
Mm-hmm.
playing whatever sport that you're in. You know, you're gaining new friends. You know, doing the same things that you like to do. You know, so my thing is for being a parent of a child that stopped playing sports. I mean, you know, it was her decision, so I'm not mad at that because I did enjoy watching my daughter when she was going from youth into high school. So you know that was one of the big things, but it's her decision and her decision solely. But she is still around sports. Actually, she's a manager. You know, for a
So
lot
you
of the
you let
sports
her you
there.
let her make that decision when she was in high school.
Yes, she actually made the decision last year.
Okay. Now, okay.
What are you saying?
Because I'm just saying, is it
Eh,
mandatory to make them play youth sports or
youth
just
sports?
sports in general?
Oh man,
You know what I mean? Now the question gets broke down a little bit. You know
that's
what I
tough,
mean?
man. that's really tough.
Right.
I wouldn't since she
Right.
did it in high school. I don't know how I would feel about her doing it in youth, unless it was like the last youth season and she just made the decision. But I'm glad that she was older. She's 15, 16, and she made that decision, which you know,
Yeah, she
you
was old
think
enough.
as a
She was
young
old enough to make
adult
that
to
decision.
do it, yeah,
Correct.
you're pretty. Hey, you're knowledgeable. You know what you want to
Right.
do,
Right.
what you
Right.
don't want to do.
Right.
You know,
Right. And
it's just one of those things.
when it boils down to, like we said, it all comes down to the babies being happy.
Right.
You
So
know?
let's talk a little bit about Coach Marcus and what Coach Marcus is doing because you're actually helping out with another program that you're starting over in the Oak Park community.
Yeah. That's going to be the Sacramento Panthers that we finna start up. We're actually taking registrations right now. You guys can sign up at Fruit Ridge Elementary School every Saturday. Between the hours of 12 to 5. If not, you guys look on the website sacpanthers.com. You guys can sign up there. You know what I mean? We're the cheapest organization in Sacramento, and we're going to be the best organization in Sacramento. So I'm calling out all Teen
The
U
best.
coaches because I'm a Teen U coach, so I'm
Teen
calling
U.
them all out. If you want it, come get this work, man. For that.
Look like Tree City Sports gonna have to come to that 10U game and hold you up to. He calling all the 10U teams out. You best believe Tree City Sports is gonna be out there to see that.
So if y'all see this on Facebook, I don't want to name y'all by names, but hey, y'all know who y'all is, man. Come see me, man.
Right.
Come see me. Let's see who the best in SAC is, though. But you know, another thing is, I am doing the spring ball with my boy Mike Dean, hell of a coach right there in the Bay Area. You know what I mean? Hey, we out here, man. We trying to put SAC on the map, man. And hey, and while we out here, I'm gonna go ahead and call it out right now. I'm calling out all Sacramento youth football organizations. You feel me? I just got invited to nationals in Arizona. I'm trying to put together an all-star squad. You know what I mean? Let's put SAC on the map, man. You know what I mean? Let's put the gangbanging behind us. Let's put all that behind us, and let's come together as one organization, man, and really go out to Arizona and represent. For real.
Well, that's it here for us at Tree City Sports. Find us on Facebook at Tree City Sports 916. That's the group page. We'll be pulling topics off of there to run shows about that. Find us on Twitter at Tree City Sports 916. You can also go to our website at treecitysports.net. Like we always say here at Tree City Sports,
it's grind time.
It's grind time.